So we had the Super Bowl yesterday, and a lot went down. You could say that conservatives got pissed off at least 3 or 4 times at various things. We'll talk about them. So, number one is that the Kansas City Chiefs won. In the eyes of the right, that's Team Soros beating Team Jesus, as one Twitter meme, laid out for us. They're pissed off because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and he has a deal with Bud Light and Pfizer, and they hate Bud Light and Pfizer because of the vaccine and because Bud Light did an ad with some trans, influencer or whatever. Anyway, so they're super pissed off about that. They're also pissed off about a certain commercial. It's kind of ironic that the commercial is from a Christian group that pissed them off, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what I wanted to bring up first here is RFK Jr., who's running as an independent, actually had an ad at the Super Bowl. This was very surprising to me. Now, he didn't do it through his campaign. By the way, it cost $7 million to do this ad. $7 million. He didn't do it, but apparently it was his super PAC that did it. Now, for those of you who don't know, super PAC is different from the campaign. You're not allowed to have communication or coordination between you or your campaign and the super PAC, but the super PAC is funded by basically billionaires. In fact, there's a massive Trump donor who just dumped $15 million into RFK's super PAC, and soon thereafter, would you look at that? They paid for a spot at the Super Bowl. Dropped $7 million for a 30-second commercial. So the ad has led to quite a bit of controversy. So I'll play it for you, and then we'll discuss why that is. So here's RFK Jr.'s Super Bowl ad.
Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
Do you want a man for president who's seasoned through and through? A man who's old enough to know
And young enough to do.
well, it's up to you, it's up to you. It's strictly up to you.
American Value 2024 is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Okay. So this comes out. Then you have his family members are furious. They're like, we're not okay with this. This is unacceptable. You're besmirching the legacy of our family. This was not approved. By the way, I don't know who owns basically the rights to this commercial, but this is just a straight ripoff of an old school ad, an old school JFK ad. So here, I'll play the original JFK ad for you, and you'll see.
Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
Do you want a man for president who's seasoned through and through, but not so doggone seasoned that he won't try something new? A man who's old enough to know
And young enough to do.
well, it's up to you, it's up to you. It's strictly up to you.
Do you like a man who answers straight, a man who's always fair?
We'll measure him against the others, and when you compare, you'll cast your vote for Kennedy and a change that's overdue. So it's up to you, it's up to you, it's strictly up to you. Yes, it's Kennedy, 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 for me. Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
So RFK, after seeing his family members basically go after him over this, he tweets a direct apology to one of them, and I think he tweets also not just directly to them, but does a separate tweet for everybody to see, where he's like, I'm really sorry if this hurt members of my family. I apologize. You have to understand, I have no coordination between me, my campaign, and the super PAC. It's illegal for us to coordinate. So he comes out and says this, but then at the same time, he retweets this ad multiple times and then puts it as the pinned tweet on his Twitter profile. So he pins it, he's proud of it, he's sharing it. Well, he's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Look, I don't know if the reason why he's being apologetic to his family members is because there's a potential lawsuit here. Again, I don't know who owns the rights to this ad, but clearly he's the black sheep of the family, and the family hates him for a variety of reasons, and he's doing the fake high ground thing of I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't know that they were going to do this. Anyway, watch it again. So I don't know what's going to happen as a result of the fallout. I don't know if there's a lawsuit incoming. I don't know. But now let's get to the more interesting question of like, is this a good ad? Is this going to work? My answer to that is, look, I don't know. But what I do know is, homie, you got to get your ass on the ballots. So as of like a week or two ago, RFK was only on one ballot for the election. Utah, the state of Utah. Apparently, to get on the ballot everywhere else is a colossal pain in the ass. It costs millions of dollars, and you need signatures, and in some states, you literally need to create your own party in order to get on the ballot. It's easier to do that than to run as an independent. Basically, since Ross Perot in the 1990s, he got 19% of the vote running as an independent. He's a billionaire. You know, he funded his whole thing, got 19% of the vote. Didn't get a single electoral college vote, but because of him being in the race, it really helped turn the election over to Bill Clinton. And since then, the Democratic and the Republican parties got together and said, we need to shut out any and all independents. So they made the process like basically impossible to run as an independent. And RFK has bumped up against that reality already a number of times where, you know, again, he's only on one ballot when he needs to be on 50 ballots, right? If he wants to have a serious campaign, or at least like 45 states or something like that. And he's not yet. So here you have, you know, an ad to vote for a candidate who we don't even know is going to be on a ballot. I don't know what to make of that. Now, by the way, do I believe RFK that there's no coordination? Of course not. Absolutely. I think he's doing what every other politician does in this position, which is coordinates. Might do it through some sort of back channel, you know, might do it in a way that's a legal loophole to the rules, but almost certainly there is back and forth. There is communication. And I know that he knew this ad was incoming is what I meant to say. And he probably expected the family to try to throw him under the bus, and he was ready with the whole like, oh no, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't even know about this, bro. I didn't even know about this. But look, it gets to a bigger conversation too about the type of political ads that I think are good. I'm not one for the hokey, like, here's a little jingle, I'm going to say nothing of substance, right? Like, here's me, you know, my glory, me. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's goofy. I think it's narcissistic and self-centered. I don't like the JFK ad. I don't like the RFK ad, right? But I'm curious what you guys think of it, because fact of the matter is, you know, some of the Bernie ads back in like 2015 that were sort of goofy and hokey and just had a song playing and him at a rally and, you know, a bunch of people smiling, like those ads were viewed as some of his best ads. I'm not sure I agree with that, but I don't know. Maybe there's something about Americans where you give the little jingle and you keep it vague and they're like, yeah, that looks lovely. I'm with that. Me, that's not me. I want to hear some substance. I want to hear some policy stuff. So, I mean, look, the reason why his family, I think it's different reasons why the family hates him, but I know a lot of them are just not on board with his anti-vax views. They are just not on board with it, you know, and early on he had some online support, RFK did, but he sort of blew all that by coddling Israel's nutsack on a daily basis. I mean, this guy is just deep-throating Netanyahu on the regular. And as a result of that, he lost a lot of his online support. So I don't know what he's doing, but every single aspect of this was planned. He knew the ad was coming. He was expecting the ad. He had that apology in his holster ready to go to throw it out there to pretend like he's above the fray. And again, I don't know what the deal is with, you know, who owns the rights to the commercial or whatever. Maybe there'll be a lawsuit incoming, but he just further made himself the black sheep of the family. And I don't know if the payoff is really going to be all that big. You know, I don't know. It certainly led to a spike in people Googling his name, but that's no guarantee that this is going to translate into votes. So, because again, first and foremost, you need to get your ass on the fucking ballot, man. You need to get your ass on the ballot. Something like this, you can worry about this later, right? Get your ass on the ballot, because if you don't have that taken care of, it doesn't matter if everybody saw your ad and loved it and wanted to go vote for you. They ain't going to be able to do it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.